Still here. Still eating popcorn. Is this. I love this tab of the brown popcorn. I've had a few bags I've purchased. They didn't really have no flavor. They didn't have the stuff on it, but this bag is full of flavor. And it's so good. You eat a little bit, you just can't stop. You just can't stop. Enough about the popcorn. If I've been smacking in your ear, I apologize. I probably was doing that throughout the whole video, that last video I made. That shit still hurt. I don't know if I told y'all, but the way my bathroom is set up, it's a sink here, and the shower's right next to it. I was taking a shower. I went to bend over to wash my, I don't know what I was doing. I went to bend over, and when I did like this, I banged my head on a daggone sink. While I was inside the shower. My head been hurting ever since. It felt like it was a little knot right there, and it's still aching. It's warm too. My cousin told me it looked like it's a little knot on there to her, and it looked red. But y'all see it right in here. Is where it's super tender at. But anywho, I'm coming to y'all because I want to talk to y'all about Queen's Court real quick. This is season 2. This is a show hosted by Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Pete, who've been married for years. I remember being a little girl and it hitting all the entertainment news stations when he proposed to her on the set of Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And sidebar, I always thought Holly Robinson and Terry Lewis from En Vogue were sisters or cousins or something, because to me they look so similar to me, like similar body statures, similar looks in the face and everything. I knew they was good girlfriends at one point. I wonder if they still are. But anywho, Holly and Rodney, they the host of this show. This season they got Lisa Ray, K. Michelle Delicious, or London Charles. And I've watched 3 episodes so far. And I like it. Even though we know these people not gonna be together for the long term. I mean, like season 1, Nivea didn't choose anybody. I forgot the name of the guy that Evelyn chose, but a few months after the show finished airing, they announced that them two was broke up. And we found out JR and Tamar, they stayed together all that time, but look at what he been putting her through. So I don't know how real this is. And I think they're trying to make the guy on here on this season, they're trying to make Zach or build Zach up to be similar to JR from the first season. And Zach is a man who came there. He got chose by K. Michelle first. They went on some dates. He offended her a little bit on that date when they went to that safari. He kept calling the animals fool. She asked him to stop, and he didn't know why, but he kept saying it. He didn't know why she wanted him to stop saying it, but he kept saying it. And that's what she told us in the confessional, that when she was in that abusive relationship, the guy would call her a fool all the time, and that's why she was triggered by him calling the animals a fool. But anywho, they are some pretty ladies. But every time they show a clip or a flashback of Delicious when she was on Flavor of Love, it make me feel like damn, mate, Not make, but damn, lady, like, why'd you add that stuff? Why'd you start effing with your face? Not to say that she's not attractive now, because she is. But the natural face Delicious was just like, she didn't need to do that stuff to her face. K. Michelle neither, but K. Michelle still looked pretty. And I'm glad that she was able to have them surgeries to get all that stuff removed out of her body. And she was able to survive all of that. I'm happy for her for that. And one of the scenes when they went to that little club and the men put her on the talent show, I think that was episode 2. The men put her on the talent show for her. Was that episode 2 or 3? It might have been episode 3. The men put her on the talent show. No, I'm wrong. It wasn't episode 3. It was episode 2. When they went to the place and they went dancing and they had the blindfolds on, dancing with the men. In that outfit that she had on, you can see she's still shapely. Even after having all that stuff taken out of her body. So thank God for that. Like, she healed up well from it and everything, and she's no longer sickly because of all of that stuff that's in her body. Thank God for that. But LisaRaye is just so pretty. From what I know or can see, it looks to be all natural. She didn't do none of the stuff to her face or anything. Good for you, LisaRaye. Good for you. She's so real and down to earth too. And you know what I'm noticing about her? I'd be going off on a tangent. But what I'm noticing about LisaRaye is that she tends to go for the underdogs and the guys, like the ones that seem like the oddball or the awkward one, because she picked. It was this guy she picked when they was dancing. The guy she picked then, she said he could dance, he can lead a little bit. And then when they went on a date, the chemistry and the personality was awkward and off. And she still gave him another chance, but he eventually went home, got sent home. And then when they had, like, the guys did the little talent show, she chose the guy that was doing the comedy, and he was not doing a good job at all. But she still gave him a chance. And I like that about her. K. Michelle and the Zach guy, that Zach guy, he was married. And he got kids that he adopted. I don't know if all the kids are adopted. But I know he got some kids that he adopted. And the wife died. And so he's a widow. And, trying to find love again or whatever, right? So it was him and K. Michelle all into each other. And at some point, they had like a mixer. And Delicious goes up to him and they have a conversation. I don't know if she went up to him or he came up to her, but we just saw them sitting there talking. And she asked him on a date, so he was like, yeah, cool. So then he went back over there and he was talking to K. Michelle. And she went to ask him on another date. And he was like, oh, Delicious asked me on a date, and I told her yes. And so K. Michelle was like, well, with that, like, if you in this process, you only supposed to have eyes for me. But that's not how this show works, honey. All those men that are there, they're looking for love, supposedly. Just like y'all looking for love. And so for her to take this as a dig, and then like the next morning when they had talked with Holly about the previous day's events and everything, she brought up the fact that she felt a way that Delicious asked Zach on a date. And they was going on a date when he was there for her. And Delicious was like, these men are here just like us for trying to find somebody. And it's like a free-for-all. You're not seeing him exclusively, so how is it that I can't go on a date with him? Y'all not exclusive? None of us are at this moment. And I was like, she got a point. I was like, yeah, K. Michelle, you doing a bit much on that one, but she felt the way about that. Delicious and the guys act do go on a date. And some of these dates are really cool because I like that one that Lisa Ray took her guys on. They went and they sat in some really pretty park. It was nice scenery. And they did wine tasting. Delicious and her friends, her guys, they went and made shade. I think they did like whipped shade lotions, and they scented them the way that they wanted to scent them or whatever. And she chose him and he got to rub her down, and she rubbed him down with some of the lotion. Was that, and she had like a good meetup with him. And then like that night before they were sending some guys home, him and K Michelle had a conversation. And she was like, yeah, I felt like once you chose to go on that date with her, once you said yes to her, you was automatically canceling me out. Because when you come here, you supposed to come here for me only. And he was like, I'm sad that you feel that way because I really was into you, but I was just giving her a chance too. I thought we was, he basically thought the same thing I thought was, we not committed to one another. You dating me and five other guys. So therefore, I can move around freely too. So they cleared the air and they hashed it out. And he just was like, I'm just going to go ahead and focus on Delicious. Lisa Ray is focused on this guy named Booker or Bookman. And he from Baltimore. Well, he from the islands. He said he from Jamaica. His mother was a single mom raising him and his other sibling. They lived in an apartment together here in Baltimore, and that he graduated out of school early, went to college early or whatever, and he was out there working and stuff like that. Or he went to high school early and graduated early, and he been out there working like he saw their living conditions. It was like, I want more for myself, and I'm gonna do what I can do to get myself up out of this. So props to him on that. Lisa Ray seems to be really really into him. There's this older guy that's on there. He's in, Lisa Ray took him. He was part of the ones that did the talent show. He recited a poem that he wrote for his mom, and he earned a date with Lisa Ray. So Lisa Ray took him, the comedian guy, and Booker on a date to the trampoline park. And that man got out there and fell on, like, as soon as he got on it, he fell. I said, ooh, you got to be careful. They said this is a fun way to get to see each other, do something where you're using your energy. And every time I see grown adults at them trampoline parks, I'm so sorry. But when I see grown people on them, my mind instantly goes back to this TikTok I watched. I watched this TikTok, it's over a year ago. This lady took and had a birthday party at one of them trampoline places for her son. And she put that sound, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 whatever. She put that sound to the video. The lady fell in there on the trampoline. Must have broke her leg and had to go to the hospital. And I don't know what they did at the hospital. I don't know if it was some fault to the medical staff or what. But that lady had 3 surgeries in a month on that leg and ended up having to get that damn leg amputated from below the knee. All from going and falling at the fucking trampoline park. And so every time I see older people, excuse me, there and doing those activities, it makes me nervous. It really makes me nervous. But it looked like the guys had a good time. The guy who read the poem from his mother, he had a beard and everything. And I kept looking at him like he looked familiar. And I know why he looks familiar. He looks like one of my cousins, her new hubbies. He looked like one of his best friends in the face. Because they both got the same beard and everything. But this man had more gray in his beard. I don't think that guy got that much gray in his beard or whatever. And I was just like, that's how I feel about looking at people. And I guess people could say the same for me with the roller skating or whatever. Because that's a big fear. A lot of people fear falling on the skates and hurting themselves permanently and stuff like that. And in my mind, I'm just like, well, you just gotta get back up and keep going. You know, if you break something, you go to the hospital, you get fixed up, and hopefully you get fixed up enough so that you can rehab and live to skate again. You know, that's what I be hoping. Speaking of amputees, I'm going off on another tangent. Nelson. Nelson from The Challenge. He had that leg amputated, and I was like, for the last few weeks, I kept thinking like, I wonder how he doing. And then I came across an article that showed that he he had the amputation and he got his prosthetic, and how he going hard in the gym. I'm hoping that him going hard in the gym, he'll get to the point with that prosthetic that he can join the challenge again. I hope, if that's what he want to do. No pressure, Nelson. If you happen to come across this video, but cause I feel like Nelson is one of them ones that I always wanted to go to the end and win some money, especially when they was winning it as a team or as a group, or when it was like first place get this, second place get, third place get. I always like Nelson. I don't feel like he ever play a dirty game, but he get dealt a dirty hand from those people around him a lot of the time. And he came the last challenge that he was on. He came so freaking close, so freaking close, you know. And I just be wanting. I want him to win. I know Corey won that season when they had their family member come on with them, and he had his cousin. Corey and his cousin, I believe they won third place, and he hasn't won since that. I remember that season that he was in first place, and I don't know how it happened, but here come Johnny Bananas, come walk past him and take first place and win that money. That was the season that Johnny won. And what's her name? That she was pregnant, and she found out she was pregnant once Melissa, I think her name is. She was pregnant. And when they came back for the reunion, she showed her baby or whatever. But yeah, I want Nelson to win a challenge one time at least, and I want Corey to win again. I really do. I be feeling like Corey be getting thrown a raw deal a lot of the times too. I really do. But anywho, back to Queen's Court. I went off on a whole nother channel for like 5 minutes. I'm really liking it. Even though I'm looking at it, all these reality shows, like, man, especially these dating ones, y'all, these people not gonna find love for real. It's just like for a little bit of time, and they're gonna go off in the sunset with the person, and then a few weeks after filming, they break up, and they wait until after the show gets shown on TV to say, oh yeah, we broke up. You know, I don't be thinking these people gonna last for real like that. Not so. Not so. Another thing about Queen's Court too, though, like, I think some of these men on here, they just wanted to get seen on TV, and I feel like why are you just trying to be seen on TV at your big age? Because some of the men give me how you doing. Some of them give me very much how you doing, in the words of Wendy Williams. I felt especially bad for, what was that guy name? I think his name was Norman. He was the one who he used to date Lisa Ray's daughter, and they got pregnant, and she terminated, and he was hurt by that. But in another episode, you find out that he actually went on to have some kids of his own with someone else. But the way they portrayed it after that first episode, they made it seem as though the way they put it together and the things that they were saying, they made it seem like the man was so heartbroken and he still hasn't been able to find the one for him and to be able to have kids with, and he really wanted to be a father. And then this last episode, when he was about to get sent home, I think it was episode 2. Episode 2, he was about to get sent home, and it came up that he actually do have some kids. Like, what are y'all doing? And I was feeling bad for him, like, and he teared up at the table when Lisa Ray sent him home. I was like, dang. I feel like that whole thing with him and her, that just ruined his chances with the other two ladies. I feel like it just totally ruined his chances with the other two women, K. Michelle and Delicious. And I don't like that. Like, I think he still deserved a chance. And I don't think that they gave him a for real chance, like went out on a date, unless they just didn't show it to us or talk to him and stuff like that to get to know him. And I'm gonna tell you who is fine though. That Nigerian guy, what's his name? Nosh? He fine. The other guy was fine too, that was with Delicious. What was his name? Dr. Elam or something like that. He was coming on a little too strong with the chemistry, sexual chemistry. And so was the one she just sent home at the end of episode 3 too. Same thing. It's a sexual thing for you. And I want she's saying she wants somebody that's really gonna like her. For her. Sex gonna be a part of it, but for right now, I gotta like you for you, and you gotta like me for me, and not just because you want to nail me to the wall. Because that's what they was giving. They want to just nail it to the wall. But those are my thoughts on this show. I see y'all in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm just chilling today. Pushing these videos out while I got a chance. And while it's on my mind, to chat with y'all about some things. I see y'all in my next video, whatever that may be. Peace.